As queer people, it's so hard to find like family and community because we all got kicked out. And
all of us.
The bus stop. We all got Roxy Andrews. And that's
And RuPaul said it best when he said, to be a trans woman on Drag Race is like the equivalent of a Olympian using steroids. And I just think we really need to remember that RuPaul said something that
Did
fucked
he say
up.
That?
RuPaul said that.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the table. Joining me again is our very extra special guest co-host, Dr. Baya Angelou, Carley Thorne.
Hello! How long have you had that stocked away?
Okay, I also have for you, Ho Biden.
I like that. I like that.
And that's it for you because the other ones I came up with are for our next guest. And in this game of Fag, You're It, we have Ben Sosa Wright.
Oh my god. Hi, girlies. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I know why the pretty bird sings. Because you're so pretty, Carly.
Cute.
Fag or it.
Privilege.
We all have pretty privilege here,
Yeah.
right? I read a think piece. Sorry, Patrick.
No,
I
go
want to
ahead.
hear my nicknames.
You read a twink piece.
I read a twink piece, and of
good.
course, by think piece, I mean really long Instagram caption because
Stop.
no one
Or a Twitter thread.
or
You're
Twitter,
like, I
but
didn't
even then that Twitter thread was on
click
Instagram.
more. You're
Yeah.
just like, I read the first part and I got it.
But it was
Okay.
saying how, yes, we have pretty privilege, all of us three in spades, I might add. But the thing is, with pretty privilege comes pretty consequences in that we're considered less intelligent. We are maybe less likely to be taken seriously in case of emergency. You know what I mean? And we might know what to do because we're also really smart.
Wait, in case of an emergency, like if I'm like, I'm bleeding and they're like, are you pretty?
Yeah,
Pretty.
or like a plane is crashing and we obviously all know how to land a plane here. And one of us will be like, I know how to do it. And they'll be like, sit your ass down, pretty. They'll be like, sit back down, pretty.
One of my favorite art pieces of journalism ever created is Amanda Montell is like this. She's like a real author now, but when she was just starting to like write journal like articles or whatever, she interviewed scammer queen Caroline Calloway about how Caroline felt she was too pretty to be at Cambridge and would sneak off campus to get her eyelashes done because she didn't want anyone to think she was vain. And she was like, people here, if you're so that's not true. Everyone was people go there.
This is the moment Patrick decides to dedicate his life to activism. He's like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
She should be allowed.
You know what? Wow.
This is the first
We
time
need to
you've
do
ever
something
been
about
We need to
that.
do something about this. We need to mobilize.
Pretty people are a minority.
I'm thinking maybe
Oh,
if
I
we
know
could
that's
just
true.
have,
I know
we could
that's
have
true.
community, like a community-based lash extensions. Like it's like they can just drive
Right.
around, like keep it convenient.
Definitely.
It's like how Toronto, we have, I mean, not enough, but we have a couple of community fridges. Take all the food out of those
a
fridges.
community drive bar.
Scrap the
Give
food.
those homeless people a blowout.
I've got the urge.
She's got the urge to burble. She ran the purple in the shower. For another half an hour. She's got the urge. Natural botanical.
I want to let the listeners know. So when you are planning a podcast, generally speaking, you make a little group chat somewhere.
Yes.
To be like, this is when we're recording, here's the link, all of that.
Essential.
Our group chat planning this is just called The End of Our Careers.
The end.
It's
The end of our careers.
And if you could read that group chat,
Oh,
I don't know if I would have a platform. I don't know if any of us would have a platform.
none of us, we'd all be deplatformed.
Yeah.
I think we'd be deported, which honestly, please send me away.
Where would they send me?
I would love to know where they would send me. Yeah.
Here's the thing. They would send us to a place that would be like a cruel and unique and unusual punishment for each and every one of us. So like they would,
England.
so,
Like, it's our
but I
circle
feel
of
like Carly, you
it's
could
our circle
thrive
of
in
hell.
England. It's our circle
No,
of
yeah.
hell.
Okay,
like-
let me think.
Okay, wait,
feel
let's guess what each other's is.
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fun.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
I think I know Patrick's.
I know Patrick's and Carly's. I have yours.
Okay, I have to think of yours, Ben. Okay, I thought of it. Okay, so for Patrick, I think it would be like Iowa, Oklahoma,
Oh my god.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, quite frankly, maybe a place you might get hate crimed. Or
Yes.
No, yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making sure that plays to the room.
Mhm.
And then I would say for Ben,
Yes.
it would be like the New York literary scene in which you feel
Oh my god.
intellectually subpar. Like you feel like you
Yeah.
have to compete, and that's hell for you.
And I wouldn't be reading for pleasure. I'd be like reading to keep up. I'd be like,
and you'd be like, I just think the tension between the post-colonialism and the feminist theory in this text, that tension is where the prose lives. It's like not
my
anything.
god, I can see the outfit I'm wearing and it's so ugly. It's so ugly. Here, okay, Patrick, I have yours, and Carly and I were very similar, but I'm going to be a bit more specific. Laramie, Wyoming, which of course is where famously. I mean, we need not go. Our listeners are smart; they're history buffs, but we will. We will be sending you to Laramie, Wyoming, and if that isn't kind of resonating with you, Google it, Mama.
Google
it. And Carly, this is.
I mean, I think it was just a drug deal gone bad. I think everyone made it to be a homophobic.
Straight lives matter. Oh my gosh. Funny.
Laramie,
Gay.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yes. Laramie, Wyoming, and Carly, you would go to Las Vegas and you'd be immediately thrust into like a showgirl lifestyle.
Yeah.
And like, it's not that I don't think you'd be good at it or wouldn't enjoy it, because I actually see you semi-thriving in that space, but it would
I would hate
plague your soul. Like you'd become a Vegas kind of junkie.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I went in a bit of a like darker
Wow.
turn.
You're gonna be like Yemen. or
Where
something like that.
no, like well, so I see for Carly, it is you are at like corporate headquarters, a board meeting with all men.
Wow.
And you have been Handmaid's Tale. Your mouth is sewed shut.
Yeah, that's bad.
That is
Yeah.
so bad.
So you can't talk at all, but they're explaining to you what Google is.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's a nightmare.
god. But after,
that's
let's
a-
be real, after they kind of finish explaining it, you do know more than you did before.
You do.
Because
Oh,
those men are really smart. Those men are really smart and they know what they're doing.
Well, men are really smart for you.
I know, sorry, that's what I meant. Men.
Smarter, but that's just
Yeah.
biology.
Yeah, exactly. That's just their
yeah.
brains are bigger.
And then
so.
Ben, I'm having you
Oh my
in
God.
like okay, so you know how there's that island in it's like on the outskirts of India, and like people aren't allowed to go there because they'll just shoot you with arrows.
Oh my god, I don't know if I've heard of this.
No, I've
Okay.
never-
Okay, so there's this
I
like
get, but you did a good job explaining it.
so there's this
Got
like
it.
island essentially like untouched by like the modern world, I guess, except for like when a boat crashed there and then they killed them. But
I think
it's
I
like
did hear about this.
yeah, like you're not allowed to go there because like I guess this American like missionary was like, I need to bring them Jesus, and they were like, oh, we're just gonna fully kill you.
Oh
Um,
my god. Well, it sounds
And
heaven,
they were right.
heaven
Like
to me.
they probably haven't read like history books, but
Yeah.
if they did, they'd be like, oh, this is the right way to go about it.
Truly.
Yes.
Anytime anybody's like, I'm gonna give you, just be like, no.
Yeah.
No. We're
So Ben,
Yeah.
I know that I know that you think you would do well there, but here's what I'm saying. I'm
That's such a cutting statement. I know you think
I literally am
you
like,
do well.
I'm not kidding. The moment you started saying that, like, I was sweating. I was like, oh my god, like, Patrick's
You're like-
reading me.
like, you're
No,
like,
it's
call
true.
me Katniss Everdeen, I'll do my archery, and it's like, no, Flop, they're not
No.
here for you.
No,
So you are
they
Flop.
hate me.
you are dropped in the middle. All of them are gay and hot, and you do not speak the language, and they are so over
No.
you, and you're fucking
Oh
North
my
American
God.
privilege. Like you are the settler villain, and then they
Ah.
just make you like fucking sleep in a box on the side,
Oh
and
my
they hate
God.
you.
And they hate me, but they're gay and hot. The thing is,
Yes.
if they were straight and hot, actually, no, if they were straight and hot and they hated me, I'd probably still care. But if the fact that they're
They were
hot,
ugly.
if they were
Yeah.
ugly, I'd be like, well, fine. Like, I don't want to hang out either. But
Yeah.
like the fact that they're hot gay men and they're probably all like have
And
like
they're
gay,
funny.
and they're funny.
in their language. And
They
you're like,
have-
you're trying
And
you're
like,
trying
yeah.
to get in, but they don't get what you're saying. So like when you're making
Yeah.
a joke, they're just like,
Oh.
they just look and then they're like, I guess we'll go fish now.
Oh,
Like-
and you know what? So this
That's
is the
bad.
worst part is over time, as I'm there kind of long enough, I kind of am able to like locate the buzzwords. And I'm like, that word seems to get a laugh.
You're
and
like,
I kind of like say it, and that like just makes them more like they're like, oh
yeah,
my
you're like, ha, Pruto. And then they're like,
Yeah, they're like,
No,
awesome.
Pruto's hilarious though. Let's
Yeah.
be real. He's not gonna laugh at that. But and it's so true. And the worst part is like at one point they just kind of let me go because they feel bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Did you ever
like,
have that experience where it's like you got invited to a birthday party or something as a child, and you were like, I know that your mom was like, you have to invite everyone or something like that.
Oh my god, do you want to know a nightmare?
Yeah, of course.
And it's
No.
it actually happened. Okay, Patrick, turn my mic off so you can't hear. Okay, or better. So I went to a birthday party once that was very that, and it was like all the boys of the grade
Ugh.
were invited, which is
Hate.
hell on earth. And it
yeah,
was like
which is actually your hell. That's your little.
That is
island
actually
in
my
with
hell.
the arrows.
But this is the worst. And it was like grade 4, I want to say, and it was a mini sticks party. So the whole party was like playing mini sticks, like miniature ball hockey. And obviously, I never.
Concept.
it's
that was, like-
getting so much worse. Was
And
this
that was-
in
That's a
Laramie,
nightmare.
Wyoming?
Yeah,
I
this-
mean,
yeah.
honestly, I wish, because then maybe it could have been, could have
A
been
drug deal
early.
gone wrong.
A drug deal gone wrong. But
I'm so
but-
sorry.
Soften the blow.
no, it's okay. I can actually say anything I want about the Laramie project, Laramie, Wyoming, because I was a drama major in high school, which honestly,
I
enough
thought
con-
that was
that's
gonna
enough
go-
context for me.
I thought you were gonna say I can actually say anything I want about the Laramie Project because I myself was hate crimed and we were
No.
gonna go
I just
No,
I
he's
did-
just been in the Laramie Project.
No, here's the thing, Patrick. I wasn't even in it. I just kind of did a project about it. Like we had to like do a project on a play.
Did you call it
And
the
the-
Laramie Project?
I didn't.
Okay.
But
a little
missed
bit of an obvious
opportunity.
choice, Ben.
I don't know. I think I could have done something. But anyway, the
Okay.
party
You probably
Mini
called it the Laramie
sticks.
Project Experience.
experience with 3 X's, and everyone was
Sleep
naked.
No More.
Sleep
It was
No
It was an
More.
immersive Laramie Project.
And you can't really
Okay, that would be
That'd
incredibly
be horrifying, but it would
moving.
be good.
Yeah.
that would be
definitely.
moving. I really want to go to Sleep No More, but put a
I've
pin in
gone.
that.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh,
I,
but
I
I have-
actually did a project on Sleep No More this year. It's so
I
good.
know someone who was in Sleep No More, and when Neil Patrick Harris came, he rimmed him in the back.
So, oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, well now my story is awful. We need to talk about this. Oh my god!
I want when you promote this, bleep out what you said, but then just keep the reaction of me and Ben's faces as that comes out.
Okay, Patrick, tell us everything.
Yeah, and
That's
then we'll go back
all.
to Ben's. That's
What was like
look
how?
back.
Okay,
In
so
the back, like,
Carley.
behind the things, because I've heard before. I think that we've all kind of heard the thing of like Neil Patrick Harris is in an open relationship and kind of like horny. If you look at
Okay.
who he's following on Instagram, it's so many shirtless gays you would not.
Oh,
believe.
I mean, the thing is, that's like I have
like,
no doubt. Of course,
for it.
go
I don't
for
care.
it.
Like that's not. It's not like you're cheating. It's open,
Yeah.
whatever. To get fucked at Sleep No More.
It was like the after. So basically, it was like the cast
Should we
would.
say what Sleep No More is for people who don't know? It's an immersive theater
Oh.
thing in New York, and it's like a film noir retelling of Macbeth. It's like kind of a lot, but
Yeah, so it's like, and it's in a hotel, so like,
Yeah.
and everything's moving around. I remember I went with my mom and my cousin, and we like got to one level, and they were like, "Okay," and my cousin walked out of the elevator, and then they were like, "Just kidding," and then they shut the doors on her, so it's just her.
See, and I've heard this, and Carly, let me know if maybe this was similar to your experience, but I hear tales of like you're in like a group or you're kind of in partners, but then there will be some people who kind of like will pull a person
Yes,
away.
I got grabbed. I got grabbed
I
by
got
Lady
grabbed too.
Macbeth.
So there's a coveted one-on-one. So there's kind of a narrative. It goes, on a loop.
I need to stop right now. How? Okay, here's the thing, because Patrick, you got a one-on-one, right?
I
Yeah.
also got one.
You got a
We'll talk
one-on-one,
about that
Carly.
too, yeah.
So no, we will, and Carly, we will. Trust me. Here's
And my
the thing.
mom missed everything.
It's just because
was always going into the wrong room, like
That's
just
what Reese
after
did
something
too,
had
my
happened.
partner. We were talking about Sleep No More, and I was like, wasn't it amazing? And he was like, it was kind of just me being alone in rooms for 3 hours. And I was like, you have to find people. You have to find it. And he just was trying
That
to
is the
find,
most
like, he was
Reese
rifling
thing.
through drawers and just looking at papers and stuff.
It's like, I gotta solve the play. That's very man. That's very straight
Yeah.
man.
Very straight.
But
Thinks
'cause
it's an escape room.
Yeah.
it's like, I won. They're like, the play's still happening.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because I believe that the three of us are all, and like we all are, but I feel like we're a bit further on the sociopath spectrum. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And meaning,
Definitely, not even a question.
not even a question. And honey, I've taken the tests online, and my number would alarm you. But one of the things about us on the sociopath spectrum is we know the kind of social ticks to kind of check to get what we want. So. Oh my God! This like
Yeah, we're like, yeah.
So immediately,
I'm listening.
Immediately when you said both of you got one-on-ones and Sleep No More, my first thought was like, I know exactly how I would do that.
Yeah.
And like, I just know. And like, were you kind of isolating yourself from the group? You know what I mean?
So
where you
I'm
kind of
gonna walk
had
you through kind of
this
how
kind of
I did.
energy.
So
Okay,
I
tell
knew
me.
you could get a little one-on-one.
Yes.
So basically what happened is I stumbled into what I would think is the best storyline, because there's a bunch of different storylines going on. And it's the three witches of Macbeth, but this time they're all hot and they're having a big naked orgy covered in blood. And they're fully naked.
Love
like
the
they're
naked
real
orgy.
naked.
I saw the naked orgy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Amazing. So then I zoom in on the gay.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's who I'm following, right? But he's like kind of bi, and he was like kissing the girl and kissing the guy. And I was like, this is who I'm going to follow, and you will remember my name.
Same.
So I just follow him
Hey,
for like
I'm gonna
an
live
hour.
forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he does this thing where he kind of like lip syncs to an old song, and like I'm there before everyone else, and then people kind of like lead other people in.
Yeah,
then
and
he's,
you're
doing
like,
a thing.
I've been new.
Get
Yeah.
on board. I've been here for a while. And
Yeah.
then he takes me into a little phone booth.
Wow.
I don't know if he was allowed to kiss my neck, but he did kiss my
I
neck.
was just going to say, I can
Whoa.
feel this about to be like, and then he,
He slipped a finger in.
Actually, can we change?
he rimmed me.
And it was Neil Patrick Harris. And then it was this like thing of like, it was obviously like a on purpose line. Like it was like something like, when the moonlight hits tonight, my last memory will be of your lips or whatever. And I'm also so insane.
How old were you?
19?
Okay.
Tell me
wasn't
that you
illegal.
think that you have dialogue.
Yeah, I was like, I need to do something else. But also I was like, I like felt a twitch. Like I was like, oh,
In your
like
hole?
any person just whispering in my ear, I was like, awesome, I'm horny now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I've got 2 hours left of this fucking show. But it was
I
very
would
much a
be
thing of being
straight
like,
cruising that guy for the like. I would be like, I think
just
you have
fucking
given
sucking
me
him off.
like
Yeah, enough. That's consent. Actually, acting
yeah.
is consent.
Like I would kind of do the like, and just
You're a fresh and grinder. You see his profile. He's like actor, waiter. You find him. I really
Gryffindor.
Ew.
Gryffindor.
Sad Gryffindor.
Wait, but for real, no. I'm sorry. I was
But it is
legitimately gonna be like,
I was like, I know that this is a one-on-one is a thing.
yeah.
I'm going to target one person. You know that thing that you do? This is really gonna expose Carley Thorne sociopath era. Where
Yeah.
you're like, the best way to get what you want is to think that that another person is like very important to you. Make them feel like you're really doing it and like they're very important to you.
endow the yeah.
All of
yeah.
us are like,
I think it's very fitting that like you zeroed in. I always zero in on like the ally woman, and I feel like you zero in on the gay man because the gay
And
man
that's the connection.
would not grab me.
no,
Like-
he wouldn't, and he wouldn't grab me. I was gonna say in any, and even if outside of Sleep No More, just in any social circumstance, I'm looking for the quirky girl. Because I know the quirky girl will be my
Baby
sister.
bangs.
But often that can mean anything. that could mean colorful. That could even mean goth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
no.
any
Oh,
sort
absolutely not.
Big,
No,
like,
I will not talk to
creeper
you.
loafers.
No.
No,
Yes,
I don't.
creepers.
No, bye weird.
By weird. By weird.
But that's why people think you two are similar, but there are nuances.
Yeah,
There are nuance.
I never fucked with the goth girl. I was always like, what's your story? Like,
Wow.
all of this.
Yes.
I remember there was a goth girl in high school that apparently was allergic to water. And I know you
That's
think,
just a lie.
and I know you think that doesn't make any sense. However, it was just a skin allergy. So she had to take pills so she could shower.
For another half an hour, she's got the urge.
And she couldn't go in pools.
Take pills. That is, at that point, you have to consider.
At this point,
Suicide?
that you were not built for this world.
I mean, at that point, like literally, imagine being told like, "Water's not for you, girl." And what do we always hear? Like, water's most of your body. Water's
my
most of
God.
the planet. I'd be like, water, blah 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 blah. Bring back Crystal Light.
Always water.
Bring
Always
back
talking about
Crystal Lights.
water. Wait, Patrick, what was your one-on-one at Sleep No More?
Yes. We need to know.
Lady Macbeth grabbed me by the dick. No.
Oh, I was so happy.
That's the kind of shit they do, though. Like, I think they had a scandal a while ago because I think somebody kind of got, somebody got groped and they tried to sue them. And obviously, I'm not victim blaming, but like, it's immersive theater. I think that would be a hard case to make because I don't think there's a judge in the world that understands the parameters of like consent in immersive theater. Like, I think the briefing that old ass judge would have to have
Until
on what
me.
Sleep No More even is.
Until
to
I
then
become
make-
a judge, honey.
So after she was dead, like when the police were like investigating the murder, like her and her boyfriend were fully just like making out basically next to the crime scene and things like that.
Love
But
that.
she didn't do it. Like they've proved that she didn't, but it became like a big media frenzy, and a lot of there's like a inherent like Catholic misogyny in Italian society. So
Yes.
like
Sorry.
they just wanted to punish her, and they were like, the newspapers were like, she had 6 partners. And at one point in jail, in order to break her, they lied and said, you have AIDS. They said, you have AIDS to see if that would crack her.
Oh
And
my
it didn't
god.
she didn't do it. And then they were like, just kidding, you don't. We just wanted to see if that would make you confess.
That is so fucked because, well, first of all, okay, it's very, what's that called?
Fucking Italy.
The Madonna, what's it called? The Madonna, the whore.
Yeah,
They're literally, they're
exactly.
very that. But I'm like, you don't have to have AIDS to have like done a crime, honey.
Also,
what
but
does
I'm
it
like-
have
I
to
think
do
they were
with it?
trying to be like, you're dying.
That's what I was gonna
So
say.
that
Like,
she'd
I feel
want
like,
to repent or something.
Yeah.
like I feel like if they were like, you have AIDS, I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna like even if I had fully killed someone, if they're like, you have AIDS, I'd be like, that sucks for me. I still
Yeah.
don't care about the person I killed.
No, I
And-
Ted Bundy all the way to the end. Be like, no.
Yeah,
No.
same.
I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
well, maybe she died of AIDS.
That's a secret I'll never tell.
Sorry, my doorbell just went off.
I know we need to
because-
talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to
Let's
talk
hear.
about it, and there's going to be a lot to unpack from this. Okay,
Oh, no.
so I got a weird illegal fat loss like inhaler from the internet. I had to pay for it with Bitcoin that luckily I had left over from when I did sex work. So So it has just arrived, and I'm really hoping it's not meth because I'm sober. But only one way to find out, girlies.
I just saw stars. I opened my eyes and there was just stars.
Guys,
really
In front of my
crying.
eyes.
Guys,
Oh,
if
How
I
do
had
you know
kept
if it's got meth?
if I had kept the Bitcoin from back when I did sex work, I would have like $10,000. Like it was like
Okay, I was just gonna say, why were you collecting Bitcoin? Why not that cold hard cash?
so because back in the day when you would make a back page ad, which was like a Craigslist,
Yeah.
and you had to pay for the ad in Bitcoin. So you would like so that's why.
I feel like that's scamming sex workers.
Well, it wouldn't really work 'cause if you're an old-timey sex worker, then you have all these Bitcoin that, the profits were not.
The fact that now I'm an old-timey sex worker.
Oh,
Like with a
sex worker
with a syphilitic brain and just like
And you know that thing where it's like the sex workers in like the 1800s, whatever, they'd put like a little needle, I guess, and because it's like a pin doesn't have a hole, so if you're a virgin, you wear a pin, but they'd wear a needle with like an open hole because they're like, I'm a sex worker. They would do that. So
They'd
the men
wear
would
a
see the
needle?
Yeah, like in their sleeve or whatever.
Like a little sewing needle.
Yeah.
Oh, I
took
was
a
thinking of full, like, a
Shakespearean
syringe.
class
I was
at
thinking
university.
syringe as well, like full on wooden.
Oh no, I
'cause
mean like a
old-timey.
sewing needle.
Yeah.
Not a pin,
Yeah.
because the pin is like it's just like to hold something in place, but the needle's like the thing you
Okay, like
put the
ouchie,
string
like
through.
anytime I
know.
try to get like pants taken in, I always get stabbed because I'm a sex
Get your
worker.
pants
No,
taken?
reformed or reclaimed or whatever. But yeah, so now, so I think that was the delivery of my my
Weight
fat.
loss
I looked
inhaler.
into it, and it's not a stimulant. So
That's good to
But
know.
what is? I have so many questions. Like, what is this contraption?
okay, so it's like a
It's K. It's
bronchial.
ketamine. It's
Yeah.
ketamine.
Okay,
Noted.
so to be honest, like I'm
Bro,
doing
what's
this
that thing that
very.
people, anti-vaxxers are taking like horse deworming pills now to fight off COVID.
Yes.
It doesn't work.
And
Oh my
nay, nay or yay.
What do gay horses eat?
Hey,
Ass.
Ass.
Hole.
Neil Patrick
Okay.
Harris is whole.
Ass,
So this is and again, like I'm doing this very safely. Like I've done the bare minimum of research. It's like it's a
Which is
very
very
simple
safe.
process of like cells and you know the
this
metabolism.
Is me feel like you've done a lot of
I
research.
know.
So it's like
It's
a
just, like,
bronchial.
cells.
It's like a bronchial inhaler that I guess like raises your body temperature and then like
I'm gonna
keeps
miss
your
you, Patrick.
and keeps your metabolism like popping off.
That's what it says. That's
Okay.
what it says in the box, right?
It's-
Yeah.
Keeps your
in the
metabolism
instructions,
popping
Popping off.
Where is it legal? Because I guess it's not legal here, but like surely it's legal somewhere because you can order.
I
Right?
know.
I mean, this isn't I mean, no offense, Mexico always.
Always. Always, no offense.
I will say that, Ben, one of my alternate intros for you was
Yes.
Lati no homo.
Latino homo. That is actually, Patrick, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
That could be like, if like, you know,
That's
yo
your
homo.
that's your show. That's your fringe show.
That's my friend show. Oh my god, I can't wait to do a solo
Glenn
friend show.
Sumi
I
hates
can't wait
it.
to say I'm really excited and then not come.
I can't wait to have a solo friend show. It's my whole career has been building to that.
Yeah, it'll be like I'll buy tickets for it, and then my friend will be like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I'll be like, "It's just this thing."
Just this thing. Can I come?
whatever.
You don't want to see this,
You don't.
but Patrick,
It's
so-
you just gotta go.
you were worried this product is going to be secretly meth. Are there any like? Are there any like capitalized T's like on that box? Like, what are we working with here?
Yeah, I mean the
That's a
stick
grinder
just
joke,
says
Carley. That's a grinder joke.
yeah, the stick
That's a
just
grinder.
says
Thank you. I was just
party PNP inhaler.
Inhaler. Okay, you might want to
Inhale him,
Inhale.
come pig.
Okay.
Now in caps. Now. Time of the message sent 5 a.m.
35 messages. 35
So-
messages.
Carly, so basically on Grinder, there are different codes you could put in your little
Okay.
your profile, your screen name. So if you have a capitalized
Dog
T,
whistles.
dog
It's like
whistles.
no, like when people are like no fats. Or whatever.
Well, but you wouldn't.
That's pretty. We all
Yeah.
got it.
There's no secrecy kind of
Not
embedded
so
in
much
that.
of a dog whistle, just like okay.
It's more
this
like
person's a problem.
someone will be like put fun tonight in their caption, but T will be capitalized, and it stands for Tina, which is slang for meth, and so then that indicates that they're partying
And they
and
have meth.
meth. It was also if you
Or
party
want
and play, no shame, but
yeah.
that's kind of a thing. And often I find when I wake up and I see, oh, I got a bunch of Grinder messages like in the night, and most of the time, if they were sent like anytime after 3 a.m., probably someone on meth. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Probably.
And
there's
it's
no
the
shame
way
there.
that
There's no
there
shame.
can be
We
it's the way that there can be like a flood of messages where there's like there wasn't really much of a thumbs up given, but it's just like, hey, how's it going? And then like 28 pictures of them getting railed in like a very dimly lit room with like 5 screens of porn.
Which honestly, when I've been in like a horny frenzy, like I've sent way more messages that are way more incriminating than anyone on meth has ever done. So I'm in no position to judge.
Can I tell you, snapshot of a girl? I was like 6 months sober, figuring it out, living in the big city.
Oh, not the big city.
Gryffindor
In the big city.
And I was like, it's hard being sober and alone. I think I need a fucking. And I made like it was like an impulse buy on Grindr, this like very hot guy. Like he was like ripped, and I was like, okay, if you're down. And I went, and it was like daytime, but all the lights were off. And I was like, oh. And there was a screen, there was like a TV with porn. Yes. And I was like, oh.
Classic.
And then he was shout out to Neil Patrick Harris rimming my ass. And it was, I love myself sometimes, but it was the enthusiasm that he had for my ass that he was like, this is the best ass. Oh, I fucking love this ass. Oh, and I was like, at first I'm like, right. And then I'm like,
yeah,
I think we're high.
Yeah.
And I had to escape. I had to be like, I need to go.
Patrick, that's happened to me a couple of times. And the first time I was like, I want to say like 19, and I was just freshly moved to Montreal. So I was
the big city.
I was a big city girl as well. And like, and obviously like we're having fun, we're geeking, but obviously we need to erase the stigma on substance use and abuse.
Anything anyone's done on meth is less embarrassing than being a straight man. So it's imagine that. So there we have it.
But
I'm just saying.
I had the same, and it was a couple, and this also kind of like, I don't know, speaks to kind of how like anyone can be using, is I literally was at first like, they live in such a nice townhouse, they can't be used, you know what I mean? And then I was like, girl, very much life lesson. But they were so into me, and I, for the first half hour, was like, I'm a sex goddess. Like, of course they're worshiping my body. Like, I'm like this Anglo queen in a city of Frenchmen. Like, they must be foaming at the mouth for me.
I know I would be.
And they were foaming, but it was an overdose.
And you're like, okay, do you know at the end of the first season of Gossip Girl when Serena's like, I killed someone?
No, can I say something? I've never seen Gossip Girl.
It's horrible.
I know that's off brand.
I know that's off brand. Series it's very bad. But basically,
it's so good. Remember they stopped pretending that Chuck fully tried to rape Jenny? Yeah. Like then they just all move on. Anyway,
so basically Serena comes back from boarding school and she's like, something's up, and everyone's like, what happened? And then somebody she knew was overdosing on coke, and she just left the room. She was like, bye.
Wait, what? That is
maybe I don't know. We're all busy. We've got sometimes we've got places to be.
She probably, what if she had an improv show?
Oh yeah.
And scene.
Okay. Very much though. Since this is a show that has a concept.
Wait, really? Does it really?
Yeah.
Ben is surprised.
It's truly. I literally was like, no, we're doing like this.
Ben, do you know your table?
Oh wait, no, I remember. I remember. Sorry, I honestly, you.
JK girlies.
Yeah. Table, of course.
Ben Sosa Wright, who are you bringing to a dinner table with Carley, myself, you, and this person?
Keke Palmer.
I love Keke Palmer.
I hate. What?
I just unfollowed her too.
True Jackson VP? You hate True Jackson VP?
You hate Jump In? Red Hot Chili Steppers? Hello?
What?
I'm gonna beat your ass, Patrick.
Jump In.
So help me God, I will fucking kill you.
I think I'm being old. Guys, I think I'm being old.
Jump In wasn't like, so Jump In was still High School Musical era. Excuse me. And okay,
just speaking through a burp. Just speaking through a burp.
I mask. I mask for anyone hearing. Don't let my voice deceive you. I mask as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But so Keke Palmer and Corbin Bleu starred, and it was like High School Musical, but make it jump rope.
Yeah.
So it was very like, and his dad wanted Corbin Bleu to be a boxer, but he wanted to double dutch.
Jump rope.
Wanted to jump rope, and they entered a competition, and then they won.
Spoiler.
And I love, but Keke
spoiler,
Palmer.
everyone.
But I won't be bringing adult
because Keke Palmer was also in the Nickelodeon. I'm
Jackson
thinking of the right. I'm thinking of okay, that's right.
Yes,
Right.
of course.
There was a moment there where I was like, I'm thinking of another black.
That was
woman.
Angela
This is gonna be
Bassett,
in-
Carley.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring up Angela Bassett right now because here's the thing: I'm not bringing adult Keke Palmer.
I'm bringing 13-year-old Keke Palmer
from Akilah and the Bee.
That's the Disney Channel original show. Where
Akilah and the Bee is
she's
so
in a spelling bee.
My favorite movie of all time is Akilah and the Bee, starring Keke Palmer and Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne.
And a bee.
Fishburne isn't Akilah and the Bee.
He plays Akilah's tutor, Carly, and guess what? This is so moving.
On TV.
It's actually so beautiful. So Lawrence's character
is he like a creepy neighbor? I feel like he's like a weird. Oh, okay.
No, Patrick.
Sorry, not in a sex way. No, but like he's like it's like he's a hoarder, but then he's like, I'll teach you. Like he's like
the spelling bee champion. Yeah.
He's reluctant to teach. He doesn't want to teach. He doesn't want to teach
because of his hoarding.
Well, no, it's because he's lost his daughter, and he didn't want
find her.
No, she'd have to dig up a grave, pull up a dead body of a girl who died of leukemia, honey. Because that's how she died.
Leukemia.
And I think I'm generalizing, but it was cancer.
That was a very trendy. That was a trendy disease.
I'll always remember.
Anyway, this is all to say that Akilah and the Bee is beautiful, and the best part about Akilah and the Bee is that she ties at the end with the boy, and she kind of throws it because she knows that the boy has an abusive father, and she's like, I want to save this boy from abuse. Essentially,
he's gonna win the spelling bee, and then he's gonna stop.
They're gonna tie. Abused. They're gonna tie.
Yeah,
they're gonna tie, and then he's gonna stop being abused.
Yes,
that's gonna stop abuse.
Yes.
And it's so soon.
But when I got babysat, I was allowed to watch True Jackson VP, in which True Jackson wants to be wants to work in fashion. She's like 14, maybe 16, just selling sandwiches in the lobby of like a Hearst building, Condé Nast kind of building.
And are they like you?
The vice president quits. The president walks down and goes, I like what you're wearing. Do you want to be the vice president of a major fashion magazine?
Yes.
The 90s job market.
From my head to my toes, it's so real and fresh and cool.
So Keke Palmer, fine. I guess so she's like going to be 13 at the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an energy for sure.
And her spelling bee, like, I want her as
do you want
not
her to
like
be Akilah.
No, I was gonna say, but like she kind of just clocked offset. So I can ask her, like, so like what was it like to shoot that movie?
Child star kind of vibe.
That's good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then who do we have next?
Probably the woman who murdered Selena, the Mexican singer.
Wait.
No, we know.
Yolanda.
Oh my God, Selena Gomez is dead?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we have
Did they ever catch
Yolanda.
Her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yolanda. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was like so obvious it was her.
Yeah.
I want to have
She was a
her.
stalker. And
She was
Okay.
Well, she was. It's interesting because she was actually like close to the family, so she was like a super fan, and she would like do like events and make merch and like. And many theorize of what was the final straw, as it were, that made her snap. But it had something to do. There was some financial discrepancy, or like she felt like she was getting shafted by Selena, and she felt scorned, and so she came to her house and she shot her.
And you want to talk it out? You want to like?
Not really. I just think she's.
Would you be
fun.
concerned if she was like maybe wanting to like join Keke Palmer's team? Like a young Keke Palmer, and she's like,
honestly, I'd keep them like at separate ends of the table, and also Keke Palmer would have like her hand.
A warning email to Kiki's team before she shows up.
Yeah, and Keke Palmer would probably have like her guardian there as well, like because I'm not kind of here to babysit.
We shouldn't.
Anyone.
I don't love the optics of us at a table with young Keke Palmer. She's allowed a guardian.
Yeah, she's allowed a guardian, and like whether that's
veto. No, the guardian will sit at another table. Like the guardian will be like nearby in case she like, I don't know if she's like,
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I have a pitch for the table
Yeah.
that I think will be a fun vibe?
Fine.
Just Sutton Foster from Broadway.
Wow. Anything goes, Sutton Foster.
Guys,
Yes.
guys, there are a number of things that I will watch if I'm like sad and just want something that makes me feel really good. And Sutton Foster doing Anything Goes at the Tonys.
Incredible.
I
The
get
tap
goosebumps every
dancing.
time. But like, I feel like I had a sexual awakening. I went to see the Broadway version of Xanadu with Cheyenne Jackson wearing these like, like he wore these like short, like his legs truly were like, it was like,
You're like, I'm
like a hit of poppers. Like I was just like,
oh my God.
I've got the urge.
She's got the urge to burble.
Listeners, viewers, I want you to know that Patrick and Carley have been awful to me before the recording, during, and after. I can only assume
But
it'll get
here's the
worse.
thing. I was thinking about this the other day, and I think it'd be really hard to be a parent. And that's because
Wow.
I think we have a disease in our society, and that is people thinking that when people are mean to them, they're jealous. Because sometimes people are mean to you because you're being a shitty person and you deserve it. Mean to someone if they are being an
No,
asshole.
if I'm jealous of someone, then I will manipulate them into being
Because we're
friends with me.
sociopaths.
I was gonna say.
So,
Unfortunately.
to quickly wrap up, who knows what of this we'll be able to use, but I am so happy that we had you, Miss Gaylor Swift.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was Carly's little outro.
No, and I'm like, what can we do for Car? Okay, whatever.
Don't
Thank
give
you so
Carly
much.
one. Don't give Carly a one.
No, I'm okay.
Thank you so much, Ben, for being on. Carly,
you.
thank you again for being our co-host.
Thank you for having me. I love you both.
Love
Thank you
you,
for having
love
me.
you,
Spread the love.
girlies, and everyone,
Say love.
stay gorgeous.
Stay safe. Stay gorgeous.
Mwah.